Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TheFatRat. Today we're going to be talking about a game called League of Legends Supremacy. A game? Maybe. Depends what Riot decides to do with it. But basically, Riot Games recently filed to acquire an extension on the trademark for League of Legends Supremacy. What's that, you might be asking? Well, if you weren't around for the initial talks about Supremacy, let me fill you in. What do we know about it so far? Well, for starters, we know that the odds are that it was likely going to be a card game and that Riot filed for it originally back in 2012. This card game was going to play out using cards of course from the League of Legends universe. The game was nearly completed, but Riot pulled the project, likely due to the fact that Blizzard had just released their own card game called Hearthstone at the same time. Now, almost a year later in October of 2013, there was a hacker that went by the username of King Jason who proceeded to hijack Mark Merrill, one of the founders of Riot Games' Twitter account, and began posting things about Supremacy, which, to my knowledge, many of the tweets and images he's posted have been removed. After regaining control of his Twitter account, Mark Merrill then said, and I quote, "We're always working on a variety of new ideas for League and beyond. Lots of experimentation that may never see the light of day." This almost confirms that League of Legends Supremacy, the card game, was cancelled forever. However, recently, Tencent has become a majority stockholder with Riot Games, and Riot's been hiring people to help create other games for quite a while now. Tencent can essentially tell them what it wants them to do. Hearthstone makes a lot of money, and Tencent likes money. The way I see it, there are three potential things I can see happening, none of which are particularly bad. So the first thing that could possibly happen is that Tencent gets Riot Games to bring their card game back. Hearthstone now is a viable competitor, but gameplay will most likely still be very similar and people will probably get card game burnout. Riot's card game won't be able to hold up to Blizzard's due to the fact that Blizzard's game has already been around for quite a while and is even in the esports scene. Secondly, Riot could be creating a real-time strategy game, which I honestly would love to see more of, especially ones that don't focus on primarily gun-based fighting. They could delve deep into the lore of Runeterra with this idea, creating campaigns revolving around the different major capitals in the world. Each one of these capitals would also be a playable civilization: Demacia, Noxus, Zon, Piltover, Ionia, the Shadow Isles, Vandal City, and even Bilgewater, respectively. It would be awesome to have a game like this that would bring the underdeveloped areas of Runeterra, such as the Feroni Flats, the Kumungu Jungle, the Marshes of Khaldun, or the Voodoo Lands. Another way to do this, of course, is with an MMORPG, which is a long shot, but they've been proved to work quite effectively as a way to generate money. While the MMO would not put you specifically into a commanding role over the important parts of the land, it would immerse you far more in the world and would allow for even more exploration. The only downside is that MMOs take up a ton of time and require a ton of effort to keep fun and interesting as players reach endgame content, and Riot may not be up to that challenge. Of course, none of these could be the right answer, and it may just be a silly mobile game that plays like Risk over a map of Runeterra. Or, God help us, another game mode for League of Legends that flops harder than Dominion did. What do you think Supremacy is going to be? Let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.
Infinite power.